In 2014, in the Twin Island Republic of Trinidad and Tobago, an NGO by the name of Restore a Sense of ICANN, acronym RSC, was incorporated, with a motto of effecting change through education and technology. RSC embarked on a number of projects, with the focal point being the education sector, secondary schools, primary schools and universities, students, teachers, principals and parents, to create a community and a movement to effect the kind of change that is required in our society. One of the main projects of Restore a Sense of ICANN is the RSC Technology Clubs, where through fun and engaging capacity building sessions, students are trained in the global skills of technology, and then they are assisted to deploy these learned skill sets to solve real-life issues. Through a partnership with the Caribbean Association of Principals of Secondary Schools with an 18-country membership, RSC was able to scale activities on this model in the region. The concept has since evolved to much more than capacity technology, but being a support system for secondary schools, youth in communities, and NGOs.
Lack of computers for projects led RSC to a system of collecting used computers as donations. Through support from the German Embassy, the Australian Embassy, and a bunch of other stakeholders, RSC was able to collect hundreds of computer systems, teach club members how to refurbish and repair these computer systems, and then donate them back into computer labs, homes, and various organizations and stakeholders that require hardware. Interesting, this also worked for an electronic toy drive. These were refurbished and sent back into the system. This led to an awareness of a huge problem that really exists. There was mass indiscriminate dumping of e-waste happening in Trinidad and Tobago, and perhaps the region. And through the support of the United Nations Global Environment Fund, we were able to run a UN GEF project called Reduce the Indiscriminate Dumping of E-Waste, Project RIDE. This project allowed the scaling of collection of e-waste and support from even more companies, private sector, and stakeholders. Computers were collected, clubs were taught how to repair and refurbish these systems, and they were placed back into the system. Of course, that led to the aha moment, which is what is really causing the problem. Why is it that the masses are so comfortable with dumping e-waste? And it was discovered that a lot of people are just not aware of the dangers associated with dumping their e-waste. And even those who are aware sometimes lack the knowledge of exactly what they can do to manage this. And interesting enough, because it is such a slow onset problem, the view that I alone cannot make a difference made the situation even worse. The same behavioral problems exist with most issues, be it greenhouse gases, climate change, land erosion, health. It's always exactly what is that? What can I do? Or so what? It's only one, no big deal. What is required is a mindset change and a framework for action. Restore a Sense of ICANN has the community to help effect this change, making stakeholders aware of the problem, creating a mindset attitude shift, actively becoming aware of areas they can reduce the problem, helping them to act on it through various projects. More important, reporting back on activities so data collection can happen, and of course, looping the entire process so that there's always awareness maintained through various competitions, events, and activities.
The first step for RSC is integrating awareness in all these projects. Every project, every activity had a carbon emission associated with it. So what can we do to offset this carbon emission? And then how can we apply this type of habit to all areas of our lives? For example, in the Caribbean Girls Hack competition that we co-hosted, girls from across 5 countries had to come up with a tech solution to solve a problem in any one of 2 categories. But in addition to coming up with a tech solution, they also had to ensure that their activities were at least carbon neutral. Every single team, compulsory part of the competition was planting trees. Not only were they encouraged to plant trees to make their activities carbon neutral, but to become ambassadors so that this culture, this type of thinking can spread across the schools they come from. So activities beyond this RSE project can also be carbon neutral and carbon positive. Recently, RSE combined with the United States Embassy of Trinidad and Tobago and 3 other NGOs to develop an umbrella organization called Changing World Caribbean. Over 40 NGOs are participating in a project to develop capacity, and obviously RSE is playing the role of technology and also ambassadors of carbon emission and ensuring the activities that these NGOs participating, they are aware of the problems they can create and also how to solve these problems. Effecting change through technology and education. Technology infusion through education is what we do, and saving the planet, ensuring the environment is the type of place we want our children to grow up in is a huge part of RSE's mission.